What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. I know it's been a minute. I kind of went MIA for a little bit, just with the life at home and with the new baby, and I don't know, just work, just staying busy. Happy New Year to everybody. I appreciate you guys tuning in. But yeah, so like I said, I kind of went MIA for a little bit, just staying busy at work and at home and everything. But hopefully this year we get back into this YouTube stuff. It kind of, how can I put it? I don't know, it's a lot to just pick up a camera and start recording everything, when you're just excited and, you got new parts or whatever. I'm sure some of you guys can relate. You get new parts in for some trucks or something, you're just trying to work through it. But yeah, let me flip the camera around and let me show you guys what we're working on today. Alrighty, y'all, so here it is. This is my 2000 F-150 XLT single cab. So this is like the 2000s version of Coyote. So Coyote is Coyote is a 2019 F-150 single cab XLT. This is a 2000 F-150 XLT. So this was like a pretty badass single cab in its time. This one is the 4x4 version. I do have another one that is a two-wheel drive, but my dad usually drives that one around. So this one I get to mess with a little bit more. It's nothing fancy. I haven't done too much to it. But yeah, I fucking love this thing. It's so comfortable. It's it's cool. You're just riding to and from work. So that's why I like these trucks. I have a soft spot, I guess, in my heart for these trucks. As far as what I've done to this one, taillights, LED taillights, third brake light. It's just paper logo. I don't know if you'd call that a mod or anything, but I fucking love that logo. It is from On The Gas. Yeah, I don't know. I really like that logo. I got it in red to kind of match the taillights. I think that looks good. LEDs all the way around, so the license plate lights, tail lights, third brake light. What else? Headlights. So headlights, these are switchbacks, so it's all white, and then when you hit the switch, that turns into a switchback. These are the exact same ones that are on the diesel that we call Barney. So that are on Barney. So we call this one Lobo. All our trucks have a name for some reason. We just like to name them. I feel like it makes it easier. So this one's Lobo. Then we have the two-wheel drive one, which is a little bit shorter, like lower. So we call that one Lobito. And then we have Barney, which is the diesel. We have Smurf, which is my dad's F-150. It's blue F-150, nothing fancy. Just because it's blue, we call it Smurf. And then, yeah, and then obviously we have Coyote. So I don't know. It's just I guess it makes it like a fun way to keep track of everything. But yeah, so I think this year I'm gonna start working on this truck a little bit more. It could use some love. It has like a little bit of rust, like on the bottom and stuff. So this truck did come out of Tennessee, I believe. I've had this truck for about 2 years, going on 2 years, I think. And slowly but surely, we're fixing it up, little by little. So just a quick little background. I always see on Instagram all the cat eyes, and I believe you call them bubble eyes, the Chevys that people make like kind of into like a 4x4 off-road version. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look up on Instagram Una Cortita, and a bunch of trucks will pop up like this. They're single cabs with maybe like a 3-inch leveling kit, big tires, small wheels. So I'm talking like a 35 on a 17-inch wheel, and I think it looks dope. I think it looks super good. So, but like I said, everybody always does them out of a cat eye, out of a bubble eye, out of a Chevy. And don't get me wrong, they look good, but you gotta do something different. So like I said, I've had this one for a minute, and then I always put a bunch of energy, effort, money into Coyote. So I figured this year we're gonna kind of show this one some love and see if I can build something cool out of it. But in a Ford single cab. So this body style is the same one as the Lightning, but I don't want to do like a Lightning clone because it's not a Lightning. But don't get me wrong, I think it'd be sick. But I think I'm just gonna go a different way with this one. I'm gonna kind of do like an OEM plus kind of build. So the bumper on this one's a little bit messed up. The old owner cut it up. You can see right here the fender. The fender's all dented in. So this truck had a rough life before me. Hold on, let's let the semi go through. This truck had a rough life before me. The old owner, I guess, just didn't take care of it. You know, kind of just this daily little maintenance here and there. So what did he do? Like alternator, brakes, control arms, like little stuff, you know, what the truck needs. But as far as taking it like above and beyond, like really taking care of it, he just didn't. So when I got it, it's kind of super stinky inside. The suspension was kind of shot. We've had to replace a couple suspension parts, calipers, brakes. The rear calipers were completely gone. The caliper kept getting stuck, so we had to replace those. A couple seals on the rear diff. Like I said, just, you know, stuff that the old owner just didn't care for. And don't get me wrong, it's nowhere near where it needs to be, but slowly but surely, you know, we're kind of getting it there. So yeah, I figured this year I'm gonna show this one some love. I'm gonna see what I can build out of it, see what I can come up with. I think I have, you know, not to toot my own horn or anything, but I think I have a pretty good taste in trucks as far as modding them out. That doesn't make it too much, I guess, like I said, like over the top, but, you know, just like a nice, clean, simple, you know, still functional build. This one being 4x4, I obviously don't want to lower it. I don't want to lift it either, because I'm not a huge fan of like huge lifted trucks. Don't get me wrong, they look sick, but I don't know, for my daily, I don't think that's the way I want to go with this. So yeah, I'm probably gonna just level it out. This one has torsion keys, so it has a bolt on the bottom of the torsion bar. Actually, let me flip the camera around and I'll show you guys. So here we are on the front driver's side. So we just did the brakes yesterday, so rotors, pads, and I believe on the passenger side the axle was shot, so we replaced the axle as well. We've done tie rods. You can see how everything just looks like old and crusty. So I tried to grease these up yesterday, you know, so little by little the truck can, I guess, ride better. But yeah, so this thing definitely needs some help. But let me show you guys what I'm talking about. So these are torsion bars, and behind it there's a bolt. If you turn that bolt, it'll either lift or lower the truck. Obviously not too low, like I'm not talking like a 5-7 drop or anything, but it'll lower it a little bit or it'll lift it. So I have taken the rear blocks out of this thing, so it was reverse level for a bit, but then now that we're going with the bigger tire, I'm gonna leave the back alone. But the front, I did turn the torsion key a little bit, maybe like 2 full turns, and that way it gives it kind of like a little rake, nothing crazy, just like, you know, just a nice subtle rake just to fit the big tires that we're gonna throw on this thing. They haven't gotten here yet, but when they do, obviously I'll make a video about it, us tossing them on and see how they look. These wheels are a bit like in the fender, you can kind of tell right there. So I'm thinking about throwing like a 2-inch spacer on it, but I want to see how it looks with the tires first. Maybe with the tire it'll come out right to the fender, but if it's still sunk in, I'll toss a little spacer on it, you know, and just bring it out a little bit. But so yeah, that's this one. Let me show you guys the inside. Nothing fancy, like I said, just, you know, nice, subtle. So it's pretty clean. Oh damn. So it's pretty clean on the inside. I know the floor mats don't match. We had an Expedition that had these floor mats. I took them out of that one, put them in this one, sold the Expedition, so that's why those are a different color. But yeah, so the door panel obviously is intact. Tweeters, all the door speakers. So this one, that one, and the 2 in the rear have been replaced. Obviously bass knobs for sub, epicenter, and yeah. I put that Kenwood in, that Kenwood head unit. So this one does have a pretty good sound system. It's nothing crazy, like nothing over the top, but it does sound pretty good. Let me show you guys the subs in the back. Oh. So there are Pioneers, Premier. My dad had these in his F-150 a long time ago, so he just kind of like handed them down to me, and I was able to get this box at a pawn shop because I needed a box quick that can fit 212s. You know, I didn't know too much about sound systems back then, so I picked up this box, you know, kind of just hooked everything up, and so far they sound good. Obviously these subs are way too big for the box, so I know I can get a lot more sound out of them because there's 2 of them. But for now, honestly, out of a single cab, I'm all right with it. My plan is with this interior, so hopefully I can pick up an Expedition center console, which is the full one. So this center console stops obviously right here. The Expedition center console goes full. My plan is change the carpet to black, change it to a black carpet. They make one. Same thing that came out of the Lightnings, because a lot of people will replace them with the black carpet. So I want to put black carpet in it, and then get the right floor mats. Obviously, you like black ones, but these ones, the WeatherTechs, because I just like how they cover everything. So do the black WeatherTechs, black carpet. Maybe paint some of this trim black. Do the full center console as well in black, and then I'm going to redo the sound system in this thing. So I'm gonna get another amp, because right now the speakers on the doors, the speakers aren't amplified. So I'm gonna get another amp to amplify the door speakers, and then put some speakers in the center console. I'm not a huge fan of like the custom center consoles, maybe because it just sits so big. So I want more of like I said, an OEM plus kind of look. So I'm gonna put two 6.5s in the center console, and then I'm gonna put one right there in that door, and then one in this door. And I'm probably gonna eliminate the two in the back, because you can't hear them anyways over the subs. So that way I have all the speakers up here, rewire everything, get another amp for the speakers, and then the subs are gonna stay right where they are. And then thankfully this box has like this little cutout right here, so I don't think it should be an issue with the center console. The center console should fit perfectly fine. Leave the subs in there, and like I said, just rewire everything and really clean up this interior. I don't know, I'm a huge fan of having a clean truck, and right now it looks messy because we just went to Home Depot to pick up some stuff for the project that we're gonna do today. But usually this interior is spotless. Like I even got this little mat up here because I don't want my dash to start fading or anything. So yeah, like everything's in it, you know, no tears in the headliner. Headliner super clean. Seats are somewhat clean, you know, because obviously we work at a tire shop, so we get dirty. But seats are clean. Has this little tear right here. Maybe down the line I'll get them reupholstered. But yeah, like I said, this is literally, you know, just a clean, simple little truck. It takes me to and from work. It's not pretty. It's not the prettiest at all. It definitely has its, you know, its details kind of scratched up. Like I said, you know, its old owner didn't take care of it, so we're trying to get it up to par. But let's go over what we're doing today. Alrighty, so here we are on the passenger side. And what we're gonna do today, or what I want to focus on, is trying to clean up this frame, like make it look newer, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna sand all this down, try to clean it off. So I picked this under degreaser, some Scotch pads, or what do you call them? Yeah, like Scotch-Brite pads. And I'm gonna try to clean up this frame, see what I can do about it. I obviously picked up some paint as well, but I don't want to paint just over like all of this right here. This is like just built up like gunk. I don't even know what this is, but you can see literally like the bushings and everything on these upper control arms is just shot. Like the guy that had this, the old owner, the guy that had this before me, I guess he just didn't take care of it, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm talking about as far as like maintenance stuff. So like if you needed brakes, you replace the brakes, but then he wouldn't like take a look in here and see what else it needs. And since this is my daily and it takes me to and from work, like I need it to be in good shape. So that's what we're gonna focus on today. I'm gonna try to clean this up. Obviously I want to do the whole truck. If I can, I'll get to it. If I can and I have time, obviously I'll get to it. But for now, I just want to do this side and then the other side, and then maybe tomorrow I'll pick up the camera again and we'll do the rear. But yeah, let me show you guys what I picked up. Alright, so check it out. So I picked all this up at Home Depot. I picked up this degreaser. It seems to be heavy duty, so hopefully this does the trick. I don't know if it will or won't. I'm thinking about diluting it a little bit with some water, just so it's not too strong. I don't know what happens if you throw degreaser on the suspension parts and it's too strong, like maybe like the bushings dry up or something like that. I'm not sure, so that's why I want to dilute it a little bit. These Scotch-Brite pads that seem to be pretty strong, so I can clean it up. It's undercoating paint, so you can see the before and after. Heard really good stuff about this. Heard really good things. I don't know what's going on with my English today, but heard really good things about this stuff. And then just a little spray bottle, so I don't have to use one of ours that we have inside the shop or anything like that. So yeah, let me go get some gloves on, and then we can start spraying this and scrubbing it, and then go from there and see how stuff starts turning out. Oh, I also have rock lights on this thing. So there's 2 in each fender well. That's 8. And then 2 under each door. So there's one like right here and another one down there, and the same thing on the other side. I believe these are they're definitely from Amazon. I believe the company is called LED Mercy. And so far, so good. They've been working out great. No complaints, you know, except for you have to wire absolutely everything, and then I have the switch under the bass knobs in the cab. But other than that, they're pretty bright. They're pretty bright. This thing kind of looks like a spaceship at night, and it looks super good. This is what I was talking about as far as the bumper being messed up. So I think this thing had at one point, oh, what's up? I think this thing had at one point like one of those big bumpers, and the old owner took it off, and they had to cut this plastic piece right here to fit that on there, which I hate. So I'm gonna have to buy a new lower part, like this lower piece of the bumper, and then I do have the fog lights on their way. So I put these in there, in the meantime. I do have the right fog lights on the way. I already have the bulbs and everything, obviously LED bulbs, white, and then this piece as well, so we can just get this all squared away and look good. I'm thinking about painting this piece black so that it matches like the body and it's not a different color. So I think we're gonna go ahead and do that. Pick up new headlights as well, because these are all ugly and nasty. So, but honestly, these held up pretty good. I'm not even gonna lie. These held up pretty good. It's just this corner piece, and I don't know why that one doesn't do it. It's just this one. This one, every time you go to the carburetor or something, you get the, what do you call this? Hydration? I don't know. The water gets in there and it creates all that. So yeah, and I'm thinking about putting those lights, those Ridges lights up here. Like I said, going off of like the off-road look kind of thing. I'm thinking about putting them up here. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not sold on it because I'm not a huge fan. But I'm thinking about doing it just to not let those go to waste. I do have an antenna on the way. I hate the long antenna, so when I first got this thing, the first thing I did was rip it off, and now it kind of bugs me. So I think I'm gonna put like a little bullet antenna. And then what else am I missing? This thing does have an LED bar behind the grill. It was up here. The old owner put it up here, literally right on the bumper, and I hated that. So I took it off, and obviously I don't do body work or anything, so I just kind of put electrical tape over the holes of the old that the old owner had made. And honestly, if you step back kind of and dim your eyes a little bit, and close your eyes a little bit, you can't really tell. So I put it back here, but then in the snow or like on a heavy blizzard, you turn this on, but all this gets covered in snow. That is completely pointless. So I need to figure out a place to put that, or just get rid of it entirely. But yeah, let me set up the camera. Let me go get some gloves on. I'm gonna put some water in there and then dilute that, and then start spraying and scrubbing and see what happens. Alrighty, so little update for you guys. I hit everything with degreaser. Everything got hit with degreaser. I scrubbed it down for about like maybe 5 minutes or so, and then we took out the old trusty pressure washer and just hit everything with the pressure washer. So you can see how this stuff right here is like a little bit rusted, has that rusted look to it. But yeah, everything looks to be good. Like this right here was all caked up in oil and maybe axle, because this is the axle we just replaced yesterday, if you guys can tell. It's brand new. And the boot on it was ripped, so grease literally went flying everywhere. So we cleaned that up. I think it looks a lot better in here. Obviously same thing to the other side, but the crazy thing is, while I had the wheels off, I decided to do it to the wheels, clean them up. So this is what they look like OEM. Or sorry, this is what they look like after I took them off the truck. They're nothing special. I've tried to clean them up a couple times, but I've never used degreaser. So this is how they look right here. Check out the inside. Like, it's all nasty, gunky. You know what I mean? Just old. These are the wheels of, like, the original wheels of the truck. They're from 2000. You know what I mean? So they're 24 years old. They're same age as me. And this is what it looks like after I hit it with the degreaser. Like, this thing looks good. Like, I don't know if you can tell maybe the difference. That one looks like old and dull and nasty. This one actually looks like pretty decent. And then check this out. The inside came out like somewhat good. I could probably like scrub that down a little bit more, but who's really gonna see it? But I really like how these wheels came out. Like, maybe camera's not doing it justice, but they look good. They actually look real good. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing with this one. Just clean them up, and then maybe once they're on the truck, I'll go ahead and show you guys like what the whole setup looks together, painted and everything. And then I'll show you guys the rear that hasn't been painted and is still all nasty and everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up here, paint everything, and maybe once it's painted, I'll go ahead and show you guys what it looks like painted without the wheel. Then I'll go ahead and toss on the wheel and we'll go from there. But yeah, just a little update for you guys. But yeah, the crazy part of all this was the wheels. Yeah, the crazy part about all this was literally the wheels. Like that, you can kind of see it right there. But okay, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up here and then wait for that to dry. That way I can just paint it. All right, so are you guys ready for the reveal? Dun, 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 dun. Damn, that looks so much better. That looks 10 times better. So I only covered the rotor just because it is new. Like I said, we just covered it yesterday. I didn't paint over the calipers either. I tried my best to, you know, keep paint off of them. But if a little paint did end up on them, then I'm not tripping because I'm probably gonna repaint these anyways. But yeah, this thing looks so much better. This frame looks literally 10 times better. I think it looks so sick. I didn't cover the shock either because obviously this thing's gonna get brand new shocks, so I'm not worried about it. But everything else, and then upper control arms as well, because we need upper control arms and then bushings. But obviously that's for another video. But yeah, I didn't do the fender liner either because I have the rock lights and I didn't want to get paint on them. I could put maybe like a little piece of masking tape over them and we'll be all right. But I didn't want to mess with that. And then if I was to do the fender liner, I'd either have to take it out or really mask all of this off, you know, make sure everything's all good to spray it. So that was just a lot of work, and I got kind of lazy. But other than that, this thing turned out great. Like, just so you guys can get an idea of how it was before. So that's how it looked before, pretty much. So rusty, you know, nasty, dusty, crusty. It was just not good. It was nasty. And now it looks like that. So I did do both sides, and so let me go over here to the other side. So I did do both sides. Paint is still a little bit wet over here, but it'll be all right. And I also did this front piece. As you can tell, I didn't do a very good job, but just so you guys can get an idea of how it looked before and then after. So obviously I gotta touch that up. I'm waiting a little bit so it can dry and then probably do a couple more coats and then just call it a day. But it looks 10 times better. I don't know why I waited so long to do this, but yeah, you can see how the paint's still a little bit wet. But yeah, I'm probably gonna wait for the next update until it's dark so I can turn on the rock lights and then you guys can see how all this is lit up, because it would just look so bad before. Because before, obviously, I'd turn on the rock lights and then it would just look rusted and gross. But yeah, hopefully now it looks good. So I'm gonna wait for this to dry. I'm probably gonna do a couple more touch-ups where I think it needs it, and I'll show you guys what it all looks like once the wheels and everything are on it. Alrighty guys, so here we are a couple days later. Last time I picked up the camera, it was a Friday, so you know, we had the weekend, we got busy, this and that, and we just, you know, I just completely put this thing aside. But here we are, we're back. Let me show you guys how the front came out. See if you guys can kind of see it right there. So obviously, like I said, it's been a couple days. That's all dried up. No smearing, no nothing. Let's see if I can show you guys here. So that's what I meant by everything looks clean. You know, even though nobody's gonna see it, you know, it's just a clean frame. So now I have to do the rear. So I'm just gonna go at it the same way. Just spray it with the degreaser and then just scrub it down. You can see how I've already tried this before. This is from like the wire wheel, but it didn't do much. So I'm just gonna go ahead and hit it with the degreaser, spray it down, and yeah. So we're gonna go ahead. While I'm here, I am gonna show you guys this. So these trucks do have, I believe it's a 2-inch block in the rear. So we took the block out, and then these U-bolts are OEM from a two-wheel drive. Again, this one's a 4x4, so it sits a little bit taller from factory. So this is from a two-wheel drive. These U-bolts and these nuts picked up from the dealership with the new plate and everything just kind of sits flush, you know. So yeah, just a little quick info on that. But yeah, let me get to spraying this thing down and scrubbing it and see what we can come out. Alrighty guys, so here we are about an hour later. So I scrubbed everything down and then just hit it with the pressure washer. You can see how it, like, I think it cleaned up pretty well, to be honest. You can see right there. So that's where I used to hit it with the wire wheel, and I just didn't like how it was turning out. So I just left it alone, hit it with some degreaser, and just pressure washed the hell out of it. And yeah, so now it's just, this is surface rust, but this is clean. as you can tell. So you clean it up. This is cleaned up down there, all that, scrubbed it down a little bit. And I think I'm gonna bring the spare down just so that I can paint that good and make sure that's all good. But yeah, let me show you guys the other side. Same thing over here. Like I said, just hit it with the degreaser, let it settle for a little bit, and then just sprayed it down. So we're still waiting for this side to dry. You can see the difference right there. This is still pretty wet right there. So I'll probably get a rag and just clean up all this water. But yeah, this is turning out pretty good. I can't wait to hit it with the paint and see how it looks. Same thing down there. So all that, I'm gonna clean it up. So I'll hit the frame. Same thing. Don't worry about this rust. This is all gonna get replaced. But yeah, same thing. Then we're gonna go ahead and get that cleaned up. I don't know if I'm gonna do the wheels. I'm just too lazy. I might do the rear wheels when I change it out. When I change out the tires, but for now, probably not. Alrighty, so while I'm waiting for all this to dry, I wanted to show you guys this. This is a center console I picked up off of a 2002 Expedition. So this is the center console we're gonna put in this one. So I'm gonna get rid of the little one, stubby one, and like I showed you guys earlier in the video, and I'm gonna put in this one. This is where I was talking about maybe cutting and making some holes for some 6.5 speakers, but now looking at it, I don't think they're gonna fit, and I don't want to put them back here because this is where the seat goes, so the seat's kind of gonna be blocking it. So I'll try them out, see if they fit. If they don't fit, then I'll build a titty panel for the seats and put them in between the seats. But yeah, this is the center console that we're gonna be prepping for the swap on this one. Obviously, I'm gonna paint it black. I think I'm gonna do black and gray. So I'm gonna see if I can find some black paint just to paint everything else. And then that centerpiece right there, I'm gonna do it gray to match the interior. And then this is the lid off of it. The lid is a little bit beat up, but then again, what you expect. You know, I picked it up off of a junkyard, but it's intact. So I'm definitely gonna go ahead and swap that out, or maybe pick up a new lid, or I don't know, see what I do with that one. And then I also picked up all this stuff over here. So let me go ahead and open this. This is a full front end swap for a 2006, off of a 2006. So this is the header panel, the grill, the bumper, fog lights, and this brush guard, which I think I'm just gonna throw away because I don't like those. So my Super Duty is a 2004, so it has the older front end, and then this is everything you need to do the swap, the whole front end swap. Obviously, I have to get some things paint matched. I think I'm gonna pick up a Harley grill or see how this grill looks and then go from there. But yeah, so stay tuned, guys. Like I said, we're definitely gonna move a lot this year. Thinking about picking up some new wheels for the Super Duty, some 24x12s. So we're definitely gonna move around a bit. But yeah, just wanted to show you guys, you know, some future projects that we got going on. But let's finish this up now. Let's finish up what we're doing here. Like I said, I stuffed the pin everything. I just want to make sure everything is bone dry. Looks like it is. So I'm probably gonna start laying some coats of paint and see how everything looks. I'll pick it up here in a bit. Alrighty, so here we are a couple hours later. There's a center console all clean. That'll be a project for a future video. But yeah, here we are. I think everything turned out super nice. So everything's like a flat black color, a matte black. Yeah, I think everything just looks so much better than obviously all the rusty and stuff. This right here, I'm not worried about because obviously once I put the wheel on, it covers all this. And I will paint the calipers in a future video. Just kind of ran out of time. But yeah, let me go show you guys the other side. Here we are on the other side. Like I said, everything turned out super clean. Just looks way better than obviously all the rusty look. But like I said, thankfully it was all surface rust, obviously, except for under there, all that right there. We will have to cut out a piece or something and weld a new piece on there, but I'll let a body shop do that. But yeah, other than that, everything turned out super well. I'm gonna throw on the wheels, let it get dark, and then I'll turn on the rock lights and everything so you guys can see how the truck looks at night. I think it looks super dope, but we'll see how everything turns out. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and toss on the wheels. Oh, you guys want to see something crazy? So like I said, I've never been under this truck, never really messed with it as far as suspension goes, except for that part right there, the block that I told you guys I took out. But if you can see back here, I don't know how well that camera picks it up. You can see how the shackle is cracked. I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but the shackle in the back right there is cracked. So that could literally give at any moment. This leaf spring goes flying up and I'm on the side of the road. So we definitely need to get that taken care of. I just thought that was crazy that I literally just noticed that. I obviously didn't do the wheels. I'll probably just do the 2 rears. Like I said, we did the 2 fronts last time, or a couple days ago when we did the front. When we painted the front end. Let me show you guys the front. Still looks good. Still looks, you know, how I did that day. And when you look at it from the side, you don't see all the rust and everything. But yeah, so the 2 front wheels are clean. I'm gonna do the 2 rears when we throw the tires on or whenever they get here. But yeah, so I figured this was just a cool little project to show you guys. I'm gonna pick up the camera again at night once the sun goes down, and I'll pick up the camera and I'll show you guys how it looks with the rock lights. But yeah, just a little update for you guys. Alrighty guys, so here we are. This is how it looks at night. It's not fully dark yet, kind of, you know, sunset, but this is how it looks at night. So it does have, how many rock lights? It is 12? 2 times 4, 8. Yeah, 12. So it has 12 rock lights under it right now. None in the front, 2 right there, 2 on the other side, and 2 in each fender well. But yeah, this is how it looks at night. Like I said, those are switchbacks. So, you know, when everything is fully on, that's how she looks. But let me show you guys how everything looks with the rock lights turned on. So before, everything would look like that exhaust manifold. Thankfully, it doesn't anymore. When I swap those, because it does have an exhaust leak. I don't know if you guys can hear that. It does have an exhaust leak. When I swap those out, I'll probably paint them as well, just so they don't look so ugly. Yeah, here's all the suspension. You know, everything looks so much better. That's all black. Because the rock lights would just make everything look just gross. But yeah, so here's that. LEDs everywhere. So like I said, those are LEDs. LEDs, that's LED as well. Actually, let me see if I can show you guys. Here's where the switch is. Here's where the switch is mounted for the rock lights. There you go. You can kind of see it there. So it's pretty bright, you know. But yeah, let me turn the lights on all the way. So there it is. Obviously, truck's a little dirty right now, but there it is. Like I said, everything is the exact same color. Camera looks like kind of yellow right now. I don't know why, but everything is white. In person, everything is white. Everything is white, and like I said, I just like how this thing came out. It's, you know, slowly but surely getting there. Slowly but surely. Alrighty, guys. So there you guys have it. That was our little project for the little F-150. Like I said, I wanted to introduce this truck because it is my daily. Last year, I feel like we focused a lot on the diesel and Coyote. So this year, I really want to focus on this one. Like I said, since it is my daily, I feel like if out of any truck I should be putting money into is this one, because this is the one that takes me to and from work. And I actually really enjoy this truck. So like I said, I really want to just start messing with it and, you know, see what we can make out of it. See what we can make out of it. There's also mirrors in these trucks. I believe where is it? Right there. I believe the Lightnings have them, and the Expeditions, and some F-150s that have turn signals in them that I think, again, looks sick as fuck. So we might have to cop some of those. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna see what we can do with this one. And yeah, I want to do like an OEM. I don't know, I've kind of explained it already to you guys. I want to do an OEM plus kind of build, see what we can make out of it. I also do want to pick up a Lightning wing for the tailgate. Coyote has one of those, and I think it looks super dope on this one as well. But we'll see. So yeah, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Let's see, you know, what this year has in store for us. I always say that I'm going to get back into this YouTube thing, but it's just so hard. Like I said, just staying busy at work. Even this little project, we were working on it, or I was working on it, and customers, you know, kept showing up. And since we are at work, and this is, you know, what gives me money to put into the truck, so I figured I need to focus on this first, and when I have time, you know, focus on the trucks. But yeah, we'll see what we can come up with. Here are all the parts for that front end swap. I'm not gonna do the big bumper just because I don't like it, but the guy gave it to me with everything, so why not? I'll probably sell it on like Facebook or something. But yeah, like I said, appreciate you guys tuning in. Hopefully this video isn't too repetitive or anything. It was just mainly just to introduce the new build. I've had it for quite a while. I've just never seen it as a build, I guess, because I never wanted to put money into it. Let me get that light out of the way. There you go. I never wanted to put like too much money into it, but this year, you know, I decided that this was going to be the one to get the most attention, and the diesel as well. The diesel, I don't know if you guys remember when I was swapping out all the LEDs. It's in a future video if you guys want to go back to my channel and check it out. When I was doing all the LEDs, I was complaining that the mirrors were an ugly color. So now everything looks good. Now everything, you know, is up to par, matches, and I got the mirrors from Boost Auto, switchbacks, everything. And yeah, like I said, everything just looks good. So I think this year, this front end swap and a couple more, like a little bit of body work, and get some wheels for it, and that'll be the daily, or not the daily, the tow pig. That'll be the one that takes Coyote to the shows and stuff. Hopefully this year we can attend more shows. Last year I didn't really do it that much because, like I said, I had just had the baby. You know, having a newborn at home and trying to convince the wife to, you know, hey, let's leave her here and go to a truck show is not really ideal. Nor did I want to take the baby to a truck show because everybody's doing burnouts and everything. It's super loud. Us being in Coeptis, we usually get a grupo and everything, so it's just a loud environment. And I feel like, you know, for the baby, it just wasn't the place. But yeah, this year obviously she's a little bit older, so hopefully, you know, we can attend more truck shows. If you guys want me, like I said, if you guys are liking this build, and turns out, you know, that we send it off to get painted, new bed, everything, and you guys want to see it at shows as well, let me know. I'm down to take both trucks. I just gotta find a trailer big enough. Right now we have a trailer for just one, but if I can find a trailer big enough for both the trucks, you know, that's ideal. So yeah, we'll definitely, like, look at this, like, that has never happened. I'm telling you guys, it's always something. It's always like you fix one thing and then another thing goes wrong. Oh, look, it has LEDs here as well. I'm telling you, it just has LEDs everywhere. But yeah, that has never happened. Why is that happening? That's gonna bug me. But okay, whatever. That's a problem for another day. Yeah. So cool, man. I appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll see what this year has in store for us. Like I said, I'm gonna try to work on all these trucks, try to knock some content out. If you guys want to see like us riding and all that, like, let me know. The Can-Am did get wrecked. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier in the video, but Pops had an accident in the Can-Am, but obviously the plans are to fix it. Once it is fixed, we'll go riding. If not, we still have the ATVs, you know, strap on a GoPro and we'll make it work. But yeah, let me know what you guys want to see, and I appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys on the next one.